join me for a story?
Hi, welcome back. My name is Sabrina Samuelson, and I was your Season 3 DM. We are so honored to be continuing this tradition of storytelling for so many seasons now. Truly, this is not possible without your support. We've had over 2,500 views and hundreds of hours put in behind the scenes to make our incredible 3 seasons possible. For this season, we've had 55 people come out for hiring, and we have, dare I say, the most talented and, frankly, the most beautiful cast and crew I've ever seen. Today, Inside the Hall is interviewing the wonderful cast of Season 4, discussing the inspirations, characters, and the upcoming season. With that being said, let's meet our funeral director for this season, Ford Blue.
Hello.
So honored to have you here.
I'm so thrilled to be here.
Can you do a little introduction to yourself?
Yes, for those who don't know and haven't heard it 16 million times. Hi, my name is Ford Blue. I use he, they pronouns, and I will be the game master, or as we're calling it this season, the funeral director.
Wow, foreboding.
You seem really serious about that.
With the funeral director, can we do a little season reveal?
Yeah, absolutely. Are we doing the drum roll this time, or are we just gonna do it?
Do you want a drum roll?
If that's what you feel in your
Let's
heart.
do a drum roll. Drum roll.
This season, we will be doing Hit Point Hall, Death in the Family.
Ooh, what does that mean?
So a death in the family is exactly what it sounds like. It's basically we are going to be attending a funeral this season in the Deep South, as many northern people would probably call it, because it's set in Arkansas, but it's not really that deep when you actually think about it. But it's set in Briar, Arkansas, a fictionalized town in northwest Arkansas, and it's taking place in the Underwood family estate. The Underwoods being, in this universe, the richest family in America. And their father, the patriarch of the family, Lawson Underwood, has recently passed. And so the family is gathering back together to reunite to celebrate his legacy, but quickly they find that things are going quickly awry, you know.
Mm-hmm. So from what I know about you, you are from Arkansas. Can you tell us like a bit more about like this town?
Yeah, I'm from Northwest Arkansas as well, and it's like heavily based on that, that experience, because if you know anything about Arkansas, like regionally speaking, there's only like a few metropolitan regions of Arkansas, and those tend to be that way because that's where like business and enterprise has taken place in some regard. Other areas are more like farming towns. I used to be mining, but no longer is, and that's where a lot of the money was made. For example, like Arkansas is still one of the biggest rice producers in the country, which is something not a lot of people know. It also used to be one of the biggest coal producers in the country, and it's also one of the only operating states with a diamond mine still. That's why it's called. That's why we have like Hope, Arkansas, and that's called the Hope Diamond, because that's where it came from.
Oh, fun facts with Ford Blue. We love that.
We learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Learning
That's
new.
so interesting, actually.
Yeah, it's
did not know that,
It's literally the
genuinely.
only operating diamond mine in the United States. It's really cool. People will like go there and try and mine diamonds. Occasionally, people will find them, but it's more likely to find them if you go after a rainstorm. It's almost never happened, but when it does, it's like always in the news where people are like, "Oh my God, I found a diamond," and then everyone and their mother is like, "Damn it, I should have been in Hope, Arkansas."
Well, that is certainly interesting.
Every time you say it like that.
I'm sorry that I have a voice that sounds naturally sarcastic, Stanford.
There's your one.
Fine. Okay, so as I understand it, this will be the first season that we've had on Hit Point Hall not working with Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Can you tell us a little bit more about this system Tremulous that we're working with?
Yeah, so Tremulous is a system. I wanted a system that wasn't going to be high magic. I didn't want magic involved heavily with it because it feels to me like it takes away from horror whenever you are allowed to have some sort of access to power that gives you as a character comfort in a situation.
Oh, so this is a horror season.
This is a horror season.
Wow.
And I'm really looking forward to exploring that. But Tremulous, as it stood in the original book, it was a little too dense, and I wanted it to be something that was a bit more beginner friendly. So I took a lot of the DNA because it was based in Powered by the Apocalypse, which is a bigger system, and took the aspects of Monster of the Week, which also uses Powered by the Apocalypse, and I meshed it into Tremulous. And I think the easiest way to explain it is going to be by like demonstrating it. Do you mind helping me, Sromsky?
Yeah, I got you. Get
Okay.
in there.
So basically, all we're going to need 2d6. That's literally it. And there are modifiers, or which in this case we call attributes, like smart, strength, etc., and so on. They're called different things in the game, but basically imagine it like intelligence, strength, luck, etc., and so on. Like for example, let's say you have like +3 luck. If you were to get a 6 or lower, that would be a failure. 6 to 9, that is a moderate success. And then 9 and above is a just straight up success. So if you were to roll with a +3 to luck,
Oh, big money.
I am known for
Big money.
notoriously doing horrifically.
which is really why
It's
it's
okay.
Oh, yes, we did.
fun. You got a 7 though. Like
I did
with
get a
plus,
7, so
with
I
a
would
plus.
have passed.
So Sromsky got a 4, which would be a 7 with a +3. So basically, with that, you would get like a consequence. Like you would still get what you want, but it would come with like drawing attention to yourself, or someone gets hurt.
A mixed success.
Yes, a mixed success is what it's usually called. I forgot the term for it in that moment, but that's
Lord Blue making a new term, a minor consequence.
well, yeah, it's a minor consequence because you still get the success. But that's basically how it works, and that's literally all you need to know to understand this season going forward. And that's what's really nice about this, is that you don't need to understand tabletop to get into this season. And I think there should be more room within the tabletop space to be able to explore different systems and like allow more people to come in. Because I feel like as a community, we're very insular a lot of the time without meaning to be, and people are afraid to come in because it's like, this is the big numbers place. This is like, people associate it with like nerds and stuff like that. And it's like, that's true. But it's like, we're not math nerds.
We're
Most of
just silly little guys.
Speak for yourself. I am a business major.
yeah, well, you keep that to yourself.
I also regularly do coding, so sorry.
Well, that's different. But you
Girls
understand the
code.
point. It's like a lot of the time we kind of disregard tabletop as a space that is a place that can be welcoming to everyone and can be accessible. It's more than just D&D. It's a very big world with a lot more to dive into.
And I would like to say, as you are the person who introduced me to that world through Monster of the Week, thank you so much.
Yes, I'm so glad you have fun. It really matters to me that people just have fun. Like that is like truly what I wanted going in, is I wanted to tell a story, and I wanted like you guys who have never, done a lot of Dungeons and Dragons or just like haven't done other tabletop games to be able to have fun with it.
Okay, well, let's get back to what we're here for, which is the season.
Yeah.
And going into this season, what were your biggest inspirations?
So I've been to a lot of funerals in my life, and I was thinking about that.
Wild way to start
That's
off.
crazy.
I try to go in hot.
I'd hot that was.
Yeah. So I've been thinking about that, and I think about that a lot in general whenever I think about my life growing up in the South, and like how places like that can often be like a reunion for people. Like I think people often associate with like a sad moment as well, but like within the South, it tends to be more of a place where it's like you're getting together, you're talking, and like you're sad for a little bit, but it's more than that. It is a place of family drama.
Oh, the family drama. Talk about that atmosphere in the world that you've created.
That's very much so the root of this season. Like my major inspirations were like Haunting of Hill House. It was going to be like Mask of the Red Death. It was a lot of Edgar Allan Poe I was thinking about. And if anything, I would say this season is closer to a loose adaptation of Mask of the Red Death. If you've ever read that short story, you can find it on the Poe Museum's website. It's a great
Don't
resource.
read it.
They already read it.
It's too late.
Wow.
Or told us to.
It was homework.
In
You had
our
homework?
defense.
It was one
Yeah.
page.
It's a good read.
Yeah.
And then, can I ask about some of the biggest challenges you face in adapting Tremulous, your personal DM style?
It wasn't too difficult because, like you said, we've played Monster of the Week before, and it's very much so like a similar system in terms of build. It's more just about like removing the magical aspect and focusing more on character work. Like we're trying to hone in on like what makes these characters tick? How do these families operate within each other? Like how do these dynamics play off each other? What do they do, et cetera, and so on. You know, and I think that's what really makes this season so fun, and what I'm going to have a lot of fun with these guys.
Well, speaking of characters, let's move on over to our absolutely wonderful players that we have this season. Unfortunately, our fourth player, Hannah, was unable to make it. She's in a better place at a Mitski concert. Salute to that. But welcome to Hit Point Hall, you guys. Let's do some introductions, starting with Madison Stromsky. And I would also love a little introduction to your characters as well.
Yeah, well, hi guys, I'm Madison Stromsky. My pronouns are she, her, and this is my 4th season on Hit Point Hall. And I will be playing Eris Prescott, who you can see right there. That's also my artwork. He uses he, they pronouns, and he is sort of the family's confidant. He's always been around the edges, but he's never really been within the midst of the family until 16 years later after his disappearance. He arrives on the day of the funeral without any reason for it.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Gracie Rosenberg. I use she, they pronouns, and I will be playing the ever so oblivious Lorelei Underwood. She is Lawson Underwood's granddaughter, and she's actually half sisters with our player Hannah's character. So that's fun. Lorelei, bless her heart, is not the brightest bulb. I love her dearly. She is essentially if you mixed Alexis Rose and Lottie, the best friend from Princess and the Frog, together. She's a fashionista with a passion for fashion, as you know, she would.
Yeah.
And no thoughts in her brain. And I love her dearly, and I'm very excited to play her.
Lovely.
And I'm Victoria. I also go by V. I use they and she pronouns. This is my first season with Hit Point Hall, and I'm really excited about it. I am playing Eudora Underwood Chamberlain, who is one of the daughters of Lawson Underwood, and she's kind of like an affair baby situation kind of that's going on. So she's got that distance from the family that I'm really excited to play into. She's also a bit of a pack rat. She's an antiquarian, so she likes to collect lots of little things and has a little antique shop that she loves and cares for. But yeah, she's kind of here to, you know, pay her respects to her father and also deal with some of the family drama that's going to be going on.
Yeah. And our last player, Hannah, who's not presently here, will be playing Liza Underwood. She is the granddaughter of Lawson as well, the half-sister of Lorelei, and she is estranged, currently speaking, so she will be returning home at the beginning of the campaign.
Ah, so lovely. Can I also get, if it's not too much of a spoiler, what classes you all are playing?
Yeah, so I'm playing a weird mix of the alienist, who's usually seen as like a psychologist, a therapist, who, yes, I am the healer of the group. And I heal, there's 2 types of damages in Tremulous. There's physical, and then there's also well-being, like sanity from Call of Cthulhu. And my character can heal your sanity by giving you really great advice. He has a lot of cool mechanics about taking you in and comforting you, but the thing about my character is he's very manipulative. He's not comforting you because he's a good person. He wants something from you, and you don't know what it is yet.
Oh,
so yeah.
So he's the therapist friend, but like how Hannibal is a therapist?
Yes,
Not
yeah.
Hannibal.
A lot of people
Oh
have
my
brought that up,
God.
that he's very much like
He is
Will
very
Graham from Hannibal.
And
which
also Hannibal.
I've also
He's like a
never seen it.
horrible-
I've never seen the show.
You should
good.
watch it. You would like it.
You
I'm
would
fairly
like it.
sure I would if I had the time, but yeah, that's the man you're dealing with. That man is your healer, and I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, he sucks. I love him.
He's everyone's favorite wet cat.
Okay. Moving on
Let's
to the
move on.
opposite of a wet cat.
Yeah, no, Lorelei is a dry little poodle. Anyway, I don't know. Lorelei
Jesus.
is the dilettante class. So basically, her whole thing is just being so rich that she can do whatever she wants with her time. And she's like, I'm gonna move to Paris and be a fashion designer. And it's like, sure, honey, okay, all right, whatever floats your boat. And yeah, that's kind of her whole thing, is seeking like the greatest pleasures in life and excess and everything. So she's got a lot of big personality and big money going on.
So great.
Yeah, and Eudora, when I was talking about her, I mentioned the word antiquarian. That is actually her class. So she collects things and she knows a lot about history and about things. And I'm actually really excited because she has one move where she gets to just kind of look at an item and know things about it. So that'll be
Such
fun.
a good move.
It's such a good move.
That's gonna be clutch.
Yeah, and it's so fun for like, I don't know, again, exploring the history of the world and interacting with what's happening around you.
Yeah, that's what I really love about this system is that it encourages exploration over combat. Like, a lot of systems are very combat forward, which is fine, but sometimes you want to be able to more explore like the aspects of it that are like, what's going on over here? What are we doing over here? It encourages you to ask questions rather than fight, because fighting is going to end very badly.
Oh,
We experienced that.
Yeah.
We did.
You experienced that. I did great.
I lost an arm.
It's fine.
Not anymore, though. You're all
Yep,
good now.
we're all good
And
right
what
here.
is Hannah playing this season?
Hannah's playing a kind of a modified version of the salesman. She's not a salesman. She's actually a failed country music star. And she kind of wants people to believe that she has succeeded. And so in that aspect, we decided that we really liked the idea of her trying to sell herself in this career that she's made, even though it's a falsehood. And so we were like, let's go with the salesman and modify that a bit.
Lovely. So, for our players, what are your personal expectations for this upcoming season? Like, what are you hoping for?
Ooh.
Anybody can answer.
Okay. I will say personally, as someone who has been, into Gothic horror, read all like the William Faulkner, all that kind of stuff in high school, I was really, really excited when I saw that that was the kind of vibe for this season. So personally, I'm just ready to get whammied by whatever eldritch horrors Dearest Ford has lying in wait for us. And I intentionally designed Lorelei so that she just has this beautiful little bubble of la 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 la. I'm having a good time and nothing can ever happen to me because everything is perfect all the time. So that she can just get that bubble popped. And I'm very excited to see that happen personally.
Okay, popping the bubbles.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for the role play in this season. I really like the magicless base of it and how there's a lot more room for these family dynamics to come out. I've been working on all these previous seasons and I've seen all the parties beforehand and I've been in the room when they were made. But this is the first time I think these characters really have very close interpersonal relationships. Like, these characters were made for each other. They weren't made separately. We brought them to the table and then we were like, okay, which puzzle pieces could fit where? It really was. We made these characters together. We made these characters with facets that we knew would like make another character mad, or especially with the half sisters. There's so much going on right there. Oh my God. And like my character Eris, he knows a suspicious amount of everybody because he is the confidant, which means he confidently knows too much about you. So it really is, I'm very excited to see how that will affect our role play and just with how much room we've been given by our funeral director to really explore that and get into our characters.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
V.
Like Maddie was saying, I mean, I'm very about the whole family drama and like the intimate family relationships that are going on. Like, not just between the players, but also through like the NPCs. Like, having that like half-sister relationship for Eudora is going to be very interesting, I think, to explore like both with RPing with Ford and kind of the relationship to her nieces. So I'm very excited for like the deeply entrenched family drama of it all.
I'm so excited. That's what I love about Gothic stuff, where it's like just these weird, like intertwined family dynamics that are so messy, and it's like everybody's involved with everybody's business, and that's like what's so Southern at its core. Like, I think Gothic at its very nature is Southern because it's like so much of it is just you're talking to everybody all the time. You're in everybody's business. It's old houses. It's old money. It's very old Southern, and I think that there's a lot of rich territory to be explored there, especially within regards to like exploitation in the South and what that means, and like there's a lot of themes in Americana that can be dug into through the Gothic that I feel like we kind of leave behind in modern conversations sometimes.
Yeah. So I actually have a question for Madison.
Oh, good.
I know you've worked on this show before. What's it like being in front of the camera versus being behind it as president of Emerson Channel?
Got to bring up the
Yeah,
production.
okay. I am the director of production for the Emerson Channel. So yes, I am kind of also helping produce with my amazing co-president Lorelai, who does literally so much work. We
Not
love
to
you,
be
Lorelai.
confused with Laura.
Not my
Not
Lorelai.
with your Lorelai. Lorelai with an A. We love Lorelai. But,
That Lorelai is a real person.
yeah.
My Lorelai is not real.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
for those who don't know what I've worked on, the first season I was one of the editors and also the shader. The second season I was your director, and last season we're just gonna say technical consultant, because there was a lot going on. It's definitely, it's really interesting finally being the content that you have to work around and create instead of being the person who has to solve all these problems. So instead of being the middleman who sees the concept being made and is like, okay, how do I get your vision to come into real life? I am the person with that vision. And it's really weird to have to give away all of that control to other people and say, do what you want with it. Because it used to be, I take it and I make it how I want. And that's kind of playing into my character, who he is a control freak. That's what he wants. So it's a little bit of me kind of getting back at it. Because it's like a whole other world I stepped into. We walked into the room and it wasn't, here's my idea, I want you to do it. It was, what do you want? And I said, uh-oh. So it really is. It's an amazing opportunity that I'm finally allowed to be on the creative side. And I thank the producers and everybody who's given me this chance, because I'm really never in the creative side, even though that's what I want to do. And I'm just so thankful every day that I've been given this opportunity to talk on camera unrestricted.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, yes. I'm apologizing.
Partially restricted.
Partially, I know my restrictions, but I do.
You made the restrictions.
You did.
I did.
You did. You
But
did this to yourself.
enough about that. I'm very excited for this opportunity. I really can't wait to see where it goes.
And in contrast, Gracie and V, this is your first season on Hit Point Hall. Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
How are you finding working on this show compared to either other productions you've done at Emerson, or I know V, you haven't even been on a lot of productions.
Yeah, so I'm a transfer student. Like, I transferred last year, and so like I've been spending a lot of time trying to find like a community to be a part of here at Emerson. And I have to say, like, you guys have been so welcoming. So this has been such a great experience for me. I'm an interdisciplinary studies major, so I'm more on the like, I guess, liberal arts side of Emerson, as communication side of Emerson versus the production side. So it's been just a great opportunity to learn more about production and also get to play a little game that I enjoy.
Yes.
I've been a fan of Monster of the Week for a really long time. I've DM'd a couple times with my friends, and I'm really excited to get to be a player for once.
Yay.
The forever DM.
I was about to say
Forever
we're
DM.
It's
Yep.
so true.
free. I, on the other hand, I am a big film set girl, so I most weekends am usually out in some park or on location losing my marbles. And one thing I've really loved about that has been the kind of sense of community that develops, when you're all kind of dedicated to the same purpose and everyone's so passionate about what they do. So coming into this production, I knew that I was gonna find that, but it's just been so incredibly wonderful having it be like all these wonderful nerdy people, and just, oh, I love it so much. And it's just like, it really does feel like a family, not to make an Olive Garden joke, but to make an Olive Garden joke.
When you're here, you're family.
I'm really glad everyone said that, because otherwise it would have
No,
been
you
awkward.
set them up, I knock them down.
Thank you so much for that. Long story short, so excited, and I love it here already, even though it's been like, a month? So, yeah.
Okay, so getting into like a little bit of maybe spoilers for the season. This is a family tied together by grief. So I have to ask, are there any alliances or rivalries that are pre-established between the characters?
I will say, I've tried so hard. I've tried so very hard to keep it spoiler free. So with that in mind, you may speak now.
I mean, I'd say for Eudora, I've mentioned like more of a kind of ice queen situation. She doesn't really show emotions very well, but she does care deeply for her nieces. So while there's no like outright alliances going on there, I do think there is the potential for something to happen, depending on how we see the play go.
Yeah. If there's alliances, I haven't been told about it. As far as potential rivalries, because of the whole Lorelai and Liza half-sister situation, without giving too many details away, Lorelai and Liza are very much kind of foils of each other in the ways that their lives have unfolded. And I think there's going to be some jealousy and some drama, which will be made especially interesting. because Lorelai, bless her heart, is dumb as a rock. And so she's going to have no clue that's going on. She has no idea that Liza would have any reason to feel that way. So I'm personally very excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned this before, but my character actually isn't a part of the family. He was just a close confidant of Lawson, who is the funeral we are attending.
Well, family friend still has family, and
Family
I was
friend
about to
does
say
have
family's in
family.
the word.
So I don't want to say too much, but as the confidant of the family, he knows a lot about the family, and he wants to get close with everybody in the family, but it's really hard to tell if he's trying to be genuine about it or if he's trying to get something from you. And I think what you'll see from this character throughout the season is figuring out, did he actually care about you? Did he ever want to help you?
he's trying
Or
to get
were you just another part of his little chess game?
trying to
that he
get
also loves?
love, trying to get
Oh,
romance.
Not well. We can't say too much on that.
Okay, just something that I'm interested in. I love all of your guys' characters so much. If you had to play somebody else's character, who would you play?
Quick fire.
Eudora.
Nice, good choice.
Tag.
Liza.
Honestly, probably also Liza.
I would want to play Eros.
Eris?
Eris.
Yeah.
Euros?
Euros? Are we Greek
Rich
now?
now.
We're Greek. I want a gyro. But yes, I would want to play. I would want to play Eris because I just love whatever weird crunchy things he has going on over there. Like he's such a strange guy, and it's really fun. And I love playing characters who are kind of shady. It's fun.
He's literally right there.
Yeah. And
Yeah, he's so unwrinkled.
anyways,
He's not crunchy.
Anyway.
Okay.
we are being told to move it along. So
Finally, we here at Inside the Hall have a little tradition we like to do. We like to have everybody roll a d20 just to see how the season might go. It's an important tradition that we have during hiring that we love to carry on here. With that being said, let's go. Ford Blue.
All
Roll
right.
your d20. Show the camera what dice you're choosing.
I'm choosing the one that has liquid in it. It's not really liquid coring, but oh, there it goes.
It is.
Yay.
There it goes.
That was given to me
That's
by
a nat one.
What?
I'm leaving the set now. Goodbye.
Bye.
everybody.
Bye, Ford.
Goodbye
That's a
forever.
wrap on Ford Blue.
I'm coming back. I'm sorry.
Oh,
That was just so tragic. Anyway,
was really unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's really
that was
telling.
really
For
reflective.
those who don't know, this also happened last time. And
This
I
is
was
very thematic.
there.
and it's me. It's the
All right.
DM. We're
Oh.
having a bad time.
Rose quartz die. All right, let's see if we can do well this time. Nat 20!
Oh,
Nat 20!
We balanced the
You
universe.
know what?
Oh,
You
let's-
can be Eris if you want to.
So I don't know how to follow that.
Roll another nat 20.
Just
Yeah,
keep going.
Just do it again.
huge money,
It's
zero
okay.
whammies,
Just
none
do it again.
whatsoever.
Just do it again.
That is a big fat beautiful too.
It's better than one.
All right,
It
let's
is
see
better
if we
than one.
can balance
Okay,
the
you
universe.
leave between
Hey,
one
I'm
and
also
Hey,
using the liquid core.
Please, I'm gonna move the rose quartz
Okay,
because now I'm
thank you.
superstitious.
It's a 9.
Hey, that's a tremulous
Yeah, it's a
success,
tremulous
and
success.
that's
Yeah.
what matters.
We're
That's
gonna
what
keep that
matters.
mentality.
It's a tremulous success.
It's a tremulous success. So
Yeah.
we're gonna quote that. Copyright.
Do you want
Put
to
that
roll
on a
another
sticker.
one? Do we want to roll another one for Hannah?
Yeah.
yeah. For
And
Freya.
I will use kind of the blood red and silvery one.
Ooh, ooh.
That's a 4.
Oh.
It's a good thing I don't roll for this game.
Oh.
All right.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, but we'll see you again at the funeral home. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know why I did spirit fingers. That was a choice.